English has 8 inflectional suffixes, which are part of the grammar of the language. And so they're little bits of word that mean something, and you tack them on the end of words when you're making sentences. Most kids know these suffixes in their oral language when they come to school, and then they've got to learn how to write them. Today, I just want to have a look at the plural and the possessive, the top two, which are both written with an S, and sometimes they get very mixed up, which is how we get the greengrocers apostrophe with oranges apostrophe S. No, let's kick a goal against that. So when we have a word that ends with a voiceless sound, like giraffe, no voicing at the end, and then another one comes along and there's 2 of them, giraffes, perfectly normal sounding. The same thing for pirate, 1 pirate, 3 pirates. Fork, soft at the end, yeah, voiceless, forks. Bath, baths. But the problem is a lot of words in English end with a voiced sound. Panda, at the R at the end is voiced. So it becomes pandas. So we say letter S like a Z, like a Z, or a Z if you're American. So pandas, we still write it with S because that S means plural. So it represents a sound and it also represents a meaning. So we're getting 2 for 1. Hooray, 2 for the price of 1. Machine, machines. So the N at the end carries over that voicing onto the plural S and it becomes machines. Cockatoo, cockatoos, ooh, upside down. And so on. Now, the problem is some words already end with S or Z, yeah? And so when you have bus and then you want to write bus, another one comes along, you can't just write another S because that would still be bus. So we have what's called an allomorph, which is. We add a vowel and then we put the S or Z at the end. So bus is, it's a Z actually. And dress, and then dress is, yeah? And that's the same for a whole lot of words that end with a S or a Z or a Ch or a Sh. Horse, horse is. It's not about the letter at the end of the word, it's about the sound. Fence, doesn't matter how it's spelt, fences. T-Rex, T-Rex is, because Rex ends with a sound. Couch, couch is. Fridge, fridge is. So these already, when you write them, J ends with a DGE. And so you'd often say, well, we're just adding an S in letter terms, but it's an ES, it's a syllabic plural. But yeah, fridge, fridge is. Because of the way your mouth works, it's not about the letters, it's about the sounds. Now, what about possessive S? The giraffe, the giraffe's horns, apostrophe S. Very good. And cockatoo, the cockatoo's crest, you just put apostrophe S, you write the noun, and then you write apostrophe S. Bus, and then it's buses. So the bus's wheels, it's apostrophe S on the end of the word. Nothing strange here, even when you get a dress, double S at the end, you still put apostrophe S when you're talking about the dress's frill or the dress's hem. Now we run into trouble when we've got 2 things that together own something. So the giraffe's habitat, and we want to be able to say 2 giraffes and they own something or they belong to, it belongs to them, but we don't say the giraffe's habitat. So we use an allomorph of possessive, which is just an apostrophe. So the same thing if we have the cockatoo's crests, we just say the cockatoos and put the possessive apostrophe. Or if we have the bus, and then we want to say the bus's back, we'd have to use this allomorph for the plural, and we just put an apostrophe at the end. The same thing for the dresses, if there are 2 dresses, yeah, 1, 2. Dress as, so we put the possessive, and then we put the apostrophe there. We don't say the dresses' hem, we just say the dresses' hem. Hems, sorry. The same thing for the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses. I've got a family of Joneses here. And you want to say the Joneses' house is very nice. You would just put an apostrophe. So you can combine them.